Yes, hello and welcome to this United Hangout, which today focuses on the most specialist of positions on the football pitch, the goalkeeper. And we are blessed at Manchester United having the finest GK unit, as they call it, in the land. And heading that up at the moment for us is RIchard Hartis. Rich, can you introduce your team, please?
Yes, we've got the strong team here today with the lads. We've got the players who are always the most important. So we've got Sergio Romero, all the way from Argentina. We've got David De Gea, who I think is in Manchester, he tells me.
Yeah.
And we've got Lee Grant, who's also here in Manchester. And then we have the staff. We have Craig Mawson, who works with me on the grass with the keepers, and then we've got Michael Clegg, who is our strength and conditioning coach for the keepers, with us as well.
It is a fantastic team. It's a really close-knit group as well, isn't it, Rich?
Yeah, it is. We work hand in glove, really, no pun intended, with each other every day. And, as a staff, we coordinate very closely in terms of how we're putting the sessions together. And we're very fortunate in that we've got real strength and depth in the position, not just the lads that are here, but the ones that are out on loan as well. This group here are very experienced, senior professionals, very good to work with, as you would expect for a club of our size.
So let's start with our number one, David De Gea. David, how has lockdown been for you?
Well, it's something special, no, to be always at home. But I think now the most important thing is the health of the people, especially for me in Spain, here in England as well. So, well, it's a bit strange, but we need to keep doing some things at home, keep training, to be fit when we get back. So it's a bit strange.
Spain introduced one of the strictest lockdown measures in Europe. So how is everybody at home, and how often are you in contact with those back in Spain?
Well, family is very good. So at the moment, all my friends and family, all good. But yeah, it's a lot of people who's in a difficult situation with the virus and with everything. But yeah, that's what is happening now. It's something unreal, but that's life at the moment. So I want to send a strong message to them to keep fighting, and hopefully everything is going to finish soon.
It's a great message, David. As for Sergio, you are back in Argentina. Tell us what you're doing back home and what life's like in Argentina at the moment.
Yes, here is also it's a lockdown. The country is yesterday is 1 month ago when the president say we need to stay at home, we need to do the quarantine because it's the best for the people. I come back to Argentina on 22 of March. I did my traveling really hard because I did with a car Manchester to London. After I take the plane London to Paris. Not many people in the airport, but all the people take the distance to the other. All the people looking really nervous or looking bad to the other people because sometimes someone do this, for the, I don't know, maybe they don't have nothing, but the people look a little bit strange, take the distance, and also in the plane. I fly Paris to Buenos Aires like 14 hours. Just I sit my body in the plane, and I don't move for 14 hours. I don't eat. I don't go to the toilet because you never know how is the people. And when I arrived here in Argentina, I was for 14 days in the hotel in the Centrum because many people, when we come back from the Europe, we need to stay in quarantine alone. I stayed for 2 weeks there, and after the 2 weeks, they did the test in my nose and my mouth, and I wait 3 days in the hotel more. And after the result is negative, I come to my house with my family. But the most important is just to to listen, David. Stay at home, stay safe. Do the little things just for the family when you need to go to the supermarket or to the pharmacy, or don't move to the house. This is the most important in this moment.
Wow, it's an incredible story of yours, that, Sergio, and your family must have been so happy to see you when you got out of quarantine. And Granty, you're obviously here at home as well. So how are you coping, and what's going on with you right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're all coping fine. So I'm just here with the family, my wife and my 4 children. So I've plenty to be getting on with on a day-to-day basis in terms of really just managing the 4 children and keeping them occupied first and foremost. It's probably eased slightly because we've got 2 of the kids are back at school this week. So schooling has begun again. So the wife is pretty much the headmistress. I'm the teacher's assistant, following orders. And yeah, really, that's been our days. We've just been trying to keep some good structure about our days, and as I say, keeping ourselves entertained and sane, really, because as David mentioned and Sergio mentioned, it's such a strange time. It's really unknown ground for all of us. So managing our time well, keeping ourselves occupied, trying to follow closely the work that we're being given by the football club, and keeping our spirits up, which I think is important. I think it's important for everybody at this time because it can be quite easy to get down or frustrated with the situation. But I know we've managed to do a good job. We've all had our days. Probably everybody's had at least one a week where they've been a bit low or a bit frustrated with where they're at. But yeah, we're coping well. So absolutely no complaints. We're just managing the situation the same as everybody else.
Great to hear, mate. Clegg and Craig, we'll come to you in a minute, Craig, because we've not been properly introduced to you in MU Media yet through our social channels or through MU TV. So before we do that, Clegg, former United player, of course, now in the staff, working with the first team closely. And it's been a fantastic year for you, hasn't it, in terms of your job? This is a very different scenario for you to cope with. How are you managing?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. I think it's one of them where, super excited about being a part of Ollie's team. And then me and Richard being introduced together. And one of my sub sort of sections of my job role is to work very closely with the goalkeepers. And I've really enjoyed that experience throughout the entire year. And to work with these top 40 goalkeepers is a pleasure every single day. But yeah, life chucks different challenges at you, and this is certainly one of them. So it's certainly something where me, Richard and Craig have spent a bit of time speaking to each other and trying to work out what is the best case scenario for these goalkeepers in this period of time. And I think we've come up with a good plan, and that's something I'm sure we're going to discuss.
Certainly is, mate. We'll come to that in a minute. Just finally, let's chat with Craig because, like we said, not really met you in terms of the media, Craig. So give us a bit of an introduction and tell us how you're coping as well at the moment with all this.
Yeah, it's I've been at the club just after Christmas. Came on board. Rich brought me as part of the team and with a sort of outline of how we wanted to progress the goalkeeping department and how I could help support and do that along with the other members of staff. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been a fantastic whirlwind 3 months. My own sort of personal journey has sort of mirrored that of the team, where the enforced break has probably come at a bad time because as a club we had some real momentum, and I felt as individually and personally I was sort of really settling into the role and enjoying where we were looking to take the department and the club.
Yeah, you're right. The momentum was excellent, and again, that's something we will touch on as we progress through this. But Rich, I know there's something you want to say before we get into talking about goalkeeping and how everyone's training in this difficult time. There are some real heroes out there who you wanted to speak about, Rich.
Yeah, for me, it's important that we recognise as a football club. I mean, I was speaking with Tony Whelan the other day, who's been a long-standing member at the football club, and Man United is a family. And I mean, the number of people I've spoken to in the last week, both current employees and ex-employees, who who have strong connections with the football club, who also have strong connections with the NHS, with family members being involved in that. And this is something that's has touched the Man United family. And really, I just wanted to reiterate our thanks to the people in England and also to the people in other parts of the world, because a lot of the guys come from other parts of the world. Those people that are putting their lives on the line to help people get through this. And it's to be applauded. I'm delighted that the club has conducted itself in the way it has and shown the NHS and those staff members the support they quite rightfully deserve. I think they're doing a fantastic job. And I just wanted to say on behalf of all the guys here, to all the medical professionals, thank you very much for the work that you're putting in.
Yeah, great words, which we all thoroughly support. Yeah, 100%, Rich. Okay, let's move on to talk about the keepers then, because Rich, like we said at the top of this feature, is a very specialist unit, but a really together one. We're blessed with so much talent in it. How much contact is there between you guys at the moment?
Well,
too much.
Yeah.
I've got Cleggy on my phone every 5 minutes asking me what I'm eating, how much I weigh, when am I doing my exercises, how long have I done them for. It's honestly, it's terrible. No, I'm only kidding.
If anyone ever needs to have a job recommendation, that's Cleggy's right there. Well done. I mean, as a staff, Sully, we meet more or less daily.
Yeah.
To go through about what we're doing and where the lads are, and we have other support. We have the dietitians and whole medical support staff who we're in regular contact with each other. It's been really pleasing for me to recognise what good professionals we've got at the club throughout the different areas. We know. Often the fans don't see a lot of the support staff behind. They'll see the guys playing and they might see the technical staff that are in the in the technical area. But there's a whole group of highly talented people who are experts in the field, working with the athletes and working with the players in a whole variety of different ways. And so that's been highly useful that we've got that quality of person within the organisation, because it's allowed us to put, I think, what is a really comprehensive program together for the guys and to support them, which is what we're here for. They are the most important people, the players at the football club, and we need to support them as best we can. As I said before, we're very fortunate that we've got a really mature, talented group of quality of goalkeepers at the club, and that makes our job easy because the motivation's there, the recognition of why they're doing things are there, and the professionalism's there. So we meet as a group twice a week, where we do sessions together, physical sessions together, and it's nice because my lad can join in with that. And, some of Lee's kids has joined in with that, and Clegg's kids as well, and. In fact, we've all had different family members joining in with that at times, which is really good. It just emphasises what family we are. And then, as Lee said there before, Michael does one-to-one sessions with the goalkeepers throughout the week, and he puts them through it because I've seen the videos of it. So if anyone's in doubt that they're getting it easy, they're not. Is that right, David?
No. Tough sessions.
And how have you coped, David, with the change in the training mechanisms now? And are you managing okay with being able to do these things at home?
Sorry, say again?
Are you able to manage okay with training at home in a very different environment to what you'd be working at the Aon Training Complex?
Yeah, for me it's been a bit difficult to train and to do normal things at home, knowing that these people that is suffering a lot, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's been difficult for me, but well, at the same time I try to enjoy what we do and training at home, do normal things at home, and be safe at home, especially.
That's all you can do, really. And Sergio, with the family around, is it difficult sometimes to make time and to be able to get that time to do quality training on your own, or is it manageable?
No, I have my wife, and she take my doctor. The more difficult is the small one, because she have 2 years and she want to go and she want to stay in the middle. But with my wife, she take all the 3. But here they have a lot of work of homework of the school, and sometimes we need to do, like Granty said, we do the teachers, and maybe in the morning at 9 they start with the school, and we finish at 10 o'clock in the night, because it's many things. It's different because we need to do the teachers. It's not we are fathers, and sometimes they are more clever than us, and they need to read, and they said, okay, what is this? And you need to read for day, because they are clever. But we enjoy the time, because it's more time with the kids, and we stay more like a unit, like a family, because when we play, we was a lot time out. We fly a lot. We have a lot of matches, and maybe in 1 week we are 3 days at home and 4 days out.
Yeah.
And in this time we are more time at home. We can help my doctor with my wife, and also when I need to train, I go in the garden and I do the things with the guys. It's difficult time, but we need to put the mint in the work when we need to do the work, and we need to put the mint in the family and the rest of the people, because it's important time to stay home now.
It's a good time for you as well, Granty, in terms of a bit of rehabilitation, mentally and physically. You recently had an injury, Lee. How's that progressing? Also, you signed that new contract recently. So, yeah, first a bit about your injury, and then how delighted you were to sign that new contract.
Yeah, so the injury kind of was a bit of a bolt from the blue, really, a really frustrating one, especially as you mentioned, on the back of sort of tying that extra year down at the club, which was real great news for myself on a personal level. I was delighted that the club valued the role that I play enough to want me to do it again for another year. So that was fantastic. And yeah, really the injury, I've had a minor operation on my wrist, and it's meant that I've kind of had to sit out and have my wrist fixed and pretty much still for 6-7 weeks. And that's obviously frustrating. So now I'm in the process of building that up, and perhaps this little bit of extra time is going to help me, in fact, in terms of giving me that space to make sure the injury's right and I'm firing on all cylinders for when we get back at it. And that's the case. I mean, I'm actually sat here now with my little stress ball, making sure that I don't waste a minute. So that's what I'm trying to do, is use my time well on top of the work that I'm doing with the guys, is, use that extra time to make sure the wrist is feeling really good and strong and ready to rock and roll.
Great news, that, Lee. So an extra year for you. David, you are coming up to 10 years at Manchester United, which is an amazing achievement. You must be so happy to potentially reach this magnificent milestone in your Manchester United career.
Yeah, I'm getting older. Yeah, just to be part of this club is amazing. So imagine to be nearly 10 years is something. It's like a dream. It's great to play games with this club. And I hope I can be here more years.
For many more years to come. We certainly hope that is the case. And it's been a terrific last part of the season for you and the team, David, with some memorable performances.
I think the whole team improves a lot, and we were in a good moment.
You're right, we are in a good moment. The team seemed to be high on confidence, in great form. The arrival of someone like Bruno Fernandes has helped us in the attacking sense. Defensively, we're a lot tighter as well. How happy are you with the team's form, David?
Yeah, I think we were in a very good top form. We didn't concede many goals. And of course, with Bruno, he brings a lot of quality. He's a clever player. He's a top midfielder. So the team improves with him, and it was a pity that everything stops because we were in a good moment. But hopefully, with some players they were injured, so they will be fit when everything starts again. So it's gonna be a good challenge for everyone.
Yeah, good competition for places, not just in this GK unit, but all over the pitch. Sergio, whenever you are called upon, you never let us down. Your clean sheet record is incredible. And in some recent games, for example, against Derby, there were some really good saves, including that one from the Wayne Rooney free kick right at the end of the game. Your memories of that save, because there are some Manchester United fans who might have wished that had gone in, you know.
Yeah, someone say something bad to me, but you know, we go to the complex every day. We work really hard every day, and when we go to the pitch, we try to do the best. This is the really we try to do the best. Sometimes it's difficult to stop, and sometimes it's goal, and we have the something here to say. I work 7 days, or in my case, maybe I work 2 weeks for one game, and I try to do my best in this game. And when it's goal, I say I did something bad in the moment, and I am going after to see what I do good or bad. But the best is when you work 7 days, 10 days, or 2 weeks, and you go to the pitch and you go out with the clean sheet because you said, I do my things good because I work for this moment. And when the match is finished and the Man United go out with the clean sheet, it's the best not just for me, it's for every guy is in this meeting, in this. And this side now, because we are a group. Is Guaranteed, David, Rich, is Craig, Okila. We said to him, is Clacky in the gym with us, working hard. It's also Bish. It's everyone in the moment. I am there, or David is there, but it's also there for us.
Granty, I mean, you've seen some top keepers in your time, and you've witnessed some terrific saves this season. What for you is the best kind of save? For example, David's double save against Arsenal when he's up quickly and makes a second save, or away at Everton recently when Sigurdsson was put through and he saved with his feet. That there are a few better, probably none better than David at saving with his feet and just making saves at key times, or Sergio flying across his goal to keep that free kick out against Rooney, or that one against Wolves away. Doherty, far post, ball gets headed, flicked on, and Doherty from point blank range. Sergio somehow sticks up a hand, deflecting it wide. What makes a top save?
Incredible. So for me, those are the moments that really catch your eye, and that definitely for the kind of casual viewer, you're looking and you take great sort of, you have great admiration for those moments. And I do too. But those are the moments that I know these guys can do really with their eyes shut. It's for me, I take the most pride when I'm watching. And Sergio made such a good point there about the whole group. Like when I see David making those incredible saves, and when I see Sergio in those incredible moments that you just mentioned, I take real pride in that as well. As much as I know RIchard would and Killer would, from the work they're providing us on a day-to-day basis, really, it's a group mentality that we have. And Sergio absolutely hit the nail on the head. I get as excited as if I had made the save myself when I see Sergio and David make those saves. But in terms of the moments where I am most happy for the guys, it's really in the small technical stuff where they're coming and they're taking pressure off the team. At set pieces, or they're making excellent decisions on through balls and snuffing out opposition attacks. And I really love those moments. I know it's a bit boring, but from a goalkeeping point of view, it's more those are the moments that are really difficult, those key decisions. And that's what separates really this group from a lot of other groups, is the fact that, I mean, especially if you've seen across the course of this season, those two guys, when the pressure's been on in the big moments, have made the correct decisions and the right calls. And we're, as a group and as a team, we're beginning to do that more and more consistently. And I think what's happened is that these two in particular have really set the tone for the team in terms of that, with really good decision making, and just really being there to rise to the challenge when it comes. And they've done such a great job of that. And as Sergio said, Craig, Richard, myself, we've all taken, I'm sure Joel and everybody else connected with the goalkeeping department all take huge pride in that.
Cleggy, we've seen some videos of people doing workouts at home and things. You've set up individual programs for our goalkeepers. How important is it that they are tailored to each individual's needs, and what kind of things can they do at home to maintain their fitness?
Yeah, it's a good question, Mark, because ultimately it is a challenge in this environment. And when we first got quarantined or got asked to work from home, it was a case of like, what did the boys need to actually be able to do the type of training that we're going to ask them to do over this extended period of time? We didn't know whether that was going to be 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks. So first of all, I think quite rightly, Richard and Craig spoke about the players' overall general well-being, their mental health, their connection back to their families. Were the players going to travel abroad, or were they going to stay in the local town? So again, we have to start thinking about, what is the routine they're going to have through the week? What type of stuff is going to really help them to stay motivated? Because not only have we got the physiological changes we want to keep, what we've sort of developed through the season, but also that chemical release as well, to get them endorphins around the body, get that testosterone just to make them feel wholesome and good again. So we wanted to keep the group dynamics, and we just heard how important that was. So we decided to work it over a prolonged period of time. We felt best to give them a little bit of downtime. It's been a long season, a lot of games, every 3-4 days. So we felt like, especially with Sergio travelling back to Argentina and being quarantined himself, we give him a little bit of downtime. Now we've started to work in blocks, and we're going to work our way these blocks every 2 or 3 weeks up until we get back to the training ground, wherever that may be. Individually, the players understand. Initially, it's about getting the calisthenics, getting the movement of the body, staying in good sort of physical condition. And then as we progress through the different periodization blocks, we can start to get more and more individualized. Like we've spoken about, Granty's got a bit of a wrist injury. Sergio and David have got slightly different aspects, which are their skills, which are their weaknesses. And as this plan develops, we'll get more and more sort of bespoke and sort of lasered in into what they need.
Awesome stuff. And Craig, you've set up individual routines for the goalkeepers as well, and we've seen some videos of some of them, and that must be a unique experience for you, trying to set up drills which people can do at home without all the equipment we have at the training ground.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's sort of something the lads drove themselves, really. Obviously, the physical programs that Cleggy's spoke about there, and the couple of times a week we get together and go through them as a unit. But the sort of technical aspect hasn't really sort of been really hammered home by us as coaches. It's an opportunity for them to maybe kill a bit of time, keep their eye in. Like you said, not an awful lot of equipment in the homes, so it's really sort of their ownership and them being as creative or as simplistic with their ideas that they feel they want to work on, improve, just to keep them ticking over and to keep their eye in, really.
And the next question to you, Craig, is why Killer? Where's that come from?
Thanks for that, Granty. It's a nickname I've had for a lot of years now. It was given to me by my old youth team coach at Burnley, and it sort of followed me around club to club. I thought I might have forgotten it, but obviously working with Granty before to come at Burnley, it sort of followed me into the group. The actual nickname, the mystique behind it, is a lot more interesting than the actual reason for it. It's like I said, it was given to me by my old youth team coach. Typical goalkeeper, fancied myself as a little bit of an outfield player in the five-a-side. Went charging around what can only be described as a baby rhino, and managed to injure one or two of the players for the following game the next day. And we lost the game. The UT manager lost his rag a little bit and blamed it all on me and pinpointed it back to me going round trying to kill my teammates in the five-a-side the previous day. So it sort of stuck for me.
Great story, and now we know the story behind that nickname. That's fantastic. I remember pre-season, David, you guys got some young fans to train with you in Perth. How much do you enjoy helping young people and maybe seeing the next generation of young goalkeepers?
Yeah, for me, one of the best things is to watch young lads, or they want to be a keeper. I think this is great to see young lads training as a goalkeeper, watch the creativity that they have, especially now at home. They keep in training, doing amazing things. So for me, it's great. It was great to train with them in Perth with the young lads. Keepers was great. So for me, it's one of the best things in the world to watch a young keeper.
It's been absolutely incredible speaking to you all. Some final words from you guys. David, what would you say to the Manchester United fans all over the world at this time?
Well, first thing is to be patient. Of course, it's a very hard situation, but of course, be at home. It's the most important thing at the moment. Be safe, and of course, everything is going to finish at some point. So be safe.
Great stuff. Sergio, a message to our fans from you as well?
I think so. David said all. The most important thing at the moment is stay at home, stay safe, protect the family, protect the friends, protect the owners, protect all. Because if you stay at home and you do the things in the good way, we are safe. This is the really at the moment.
Great stuff. And Lee as well, please, a message to our wonderful fans all over the world there.
Yeah, of course. Just following on from what the guys have said, a big thank you to them, I think, really. Obviously, we're here in Manchester currently, and I know how hard everybody in the community locally is working, to stick to the rules and do what's needed to make sure we give everybody a chance to get through this correctly. And then following on from that, really, it's just that we're looking forward to seeing you all and reconnecting with you all again in person and in stadiums, whenever that may be. Hopefully it's going to be sooner rather than later, but of course we're going to be dictated to by what we are and we're not allowed to do from a health point of view. But yeah, just that we're looking forward to seeing them all and reconnecting with them all again soon.
Great stuff. The final word from the head of the keeping unit there, Rich. We've already said how important workers and key workers on the front line are, not just in the UK, but all over the world. And our fans who cannot wait for you guys to get back into action as well. They are eagerly anticipating when we can see you all playing. So what would you say to everybody to finish?
Firstly, I'd just like to say thank you for your support. The club is a fantastic football club, and it's made by the fans. It's a family. We're all in this situation together. So I want to reiterate what the guys have said, David has said. Stay home, stay safe. We will get through it, and we will see you all again.
Great stuff. Rich, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks to Cleggy and to Killer as well. And big thank you to our goalkeepers, David De Gea, Sergio Romero, and Lee Grant. Keep safe and well, guys. Love to all the families, and we'll catch you very soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers,
so much.
guys. Thank you very much.
Take care.
See you.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.